What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Southall here, back again with another video. Welcome to 2017. This is the first video for me in the year 2017, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the first couple of days of the year. And this has been a video that I've been wanting to make for quite a while now. If you guys didn't see my YouTube plans for 2017 video, I announced that I was going to stop doing Raw and SmackDown reviews for several reasons. It's not fun for me anymore. It just gets tiring and all that, and especially for Raw, because honestly, reviewing 3 hours of a show that is barely entertaining and barely has any good storylines or direction, to me, is not worth it. And I'm going to make this video pretty much explaining why it's not even worth reviewing Raw, or hell, just even watching it in general. It was announced that last week SmackDown beat Raw in the ratings, and you want to know why? It's for various bloody reasons. First of all, SmackDown was so much better. I didn't even watch Raw last week, but I did end up watching SmackDown, and it was a good show. They managed to do in 2 hours what Raw can't do in 3 fucking hours, and that's put on an entertaining show. The triple threat match. There were 3 matches on SmackDown last week. There was the Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag match, where American Alpha became champions. I believe Alexa and Becky Lynch fought for the SmackDown Women's title, which was a really good match. And there was the AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler triple threat match for the WWE World title, which was also a really damn good match. And then they had the stare down between Styles and Cena, and they're going to have their match for the Royal Rumble. Which was incredible. They were able to do more. I only had 3 matches and was much more entertaining than Raw. Raw this week, I watched the first little bit and thought it was alright, but then I saw what people were talking about, people reviewing, and people were just saying it was not a good show, and I believe them. And what pretty much inspired me to make this video as of right now, I watched this video on WWE's YouTube page. It was an excerpt from one of the new network series called Bring It to the Table, and there's this commentary dude called Peter Rosenberg, whatever, I probably butchered his name, and he was interviewing JBL and Paul Heyman for this podcast called Bring It to the Table, and he asked a question about people saying that the 3-hour Raw should be cut down to 2 hours, and then JBL says, we can't fucking do that because, WWE TV is the biggest source of revenue, and, we have partnerships in other countries throughout 2019, financial bullshit. Which, look, I can understand why you would make a show 3 hours just, to make more money. I mean, that's the whole point of a company, is to make more money. I can understand that. But from a fan's perspective, you can do an entertaining 3-hour Raw. We have seen good 3-hour Raws, and we are willing to watch it. But the fact that people are starting to tune out of Raw and watch SmackDown is because Raw fucking sucks. I mean, seriously, you have the same matches over and over and over again. We're just getting sick of it to this. We saw Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins on this week's Raw, and how many bloody times have we seen that match in the last 4 months? You had Roman versus Jericho. It seems to be that these 4 guys, Jericho, Owens, Reigns, Rollins, they're the only 4 guys you pay attention to. Those are the only guys you really give a shit about. And then JBL, says, the 3rd hour we need to fill for the cruiserweights. You barely use the fucking cruiserweights. The cruiserweights are so uninteresting and boring on Raw because they wrestle the same goddamn style like every other fucking wrestler on your roster. And it's boring as hell. They should be doing flips and all the crazy stuff that people love about the Cruiserweight Classic. That's why it was so successful. But the reason no one cares about it is, like I said before, they wrestled like every other fucking wrestler. Although I am seeing improvements, I am enjoying the Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar, Alicia Fox thing. At least that is a storyline. And then you have Jack Gallagher, who right now is hands down the best character in the Cruiserweight division. He's pretty much the only guy that has a character in that fucking division, The old gentleman stuff, I'm loving all that stuff, Rich Swann, I still love Rich Swann, and I think he's a great choice for Cruiserweight champion, but man, just let them go out and do what they did in the Cruiserweight Classic. And I know you could just say, oh, but we don't want them to get injured and all that stuff. We don't want them to get hurt. Guys, they are professional wrestlers. They can deal with it. They can get over it and move on. They're fine, okay? And also, it's like, oh, we need that third hour to fill in the Cruiserweights. What do you mean? They have their own show now, 205 Live. So, honestly, why don't you just put them on there? Because, obviously, you're not using them well on fucking Monday Night Raw. And, honestly, I haven't even watched 205 Live yet. I have not seen one friggin' episode because I don't care about the Cruiserweight division. I don't friggin' care. And, you know, just Roman Reigns, Jesus Christ, no, never mind about that. But then, Paul Heyman goes on and says, you know, all you guys care about is whining and bitching and complaining and all that. It's like, okay, to be fair, some of us fans do find pleasure in bitching and moaning about the company. I can understand. But not all of us enjoy bitching and moaning about the WWE. I do not like bitching and moaning about the WWE. I like to say positive stuff about it. Okay? I like to talk positive about the thing I love. Okay? I don't like to talk shit about it because, I'm sorry, Raw compared to SmackDown is absolute shite. I mean, just look at how you booked the women's division last year. There were only 2 women you pretty much used. That's Charlotte and Sasha Banks. When you look on SmackDown, just about everyone was used, and they had the weaker roster when it comes to the women's division, and they booked them better than they did on Raw. What stars did Raw make in the women's division last year? Nia Jax, but then she got barely any time. I mean, Bayley got called up, but she was barely seen. But what about SmackDown? You had Carmella getting used a lot. Alexa Bliss is now the fucking champion. You know, they built Alexa Bliss up well. Nikki Bella's actually been tolerable. Natalya has been tolerable. Becky has just always been friggin' awesome. You get what I'm trying to say? Hell, even Naomi was getting used. I don't know what's going on with her now, but, you know, she had the glow thing, and, you know, she was getting used very, very well on SmackDown. And then you look over to Raw, it was pretty much, you know, pretty much every Divas match on Raw in 2016 was Dana Brooke versus Charlotte's enemy. That was pretty much every women's match on Raw, and people got sick of it. Okay, so that's my little rant on the women's division. But pretty much the whole reason why fans would rather see a 2-hour Raw instead of a 3-hour Raw is because 3-hour Raws are boring as shit, and your writers fucking suck at writing Raw. Because now we've seen what SmackDown writers are doing in 2 hours, and we're like, this shit is great. I mean, seriously, this is why SmackDown beat you guys in the ratings, because no one gives a shit about Raw anymore. And if you keep on doing what you're doing to Raw right now, the ratings on Raw are just going to keep falling and falling and falling. And what did you do to bring in next week? Oh, we put on Undertaker and Shawn Michaels because you're desperate. You're desperate for ratings because you saw SmackDown beat you guys and were like, oh, we got to bring in the legends. That seems to be the thing that WWE always does when, you know, their ratings are falling. Just bring back old guys for no bloody reason. Anyway, isn't Undertaker meant to be a SmackDown guy now? And now he's showing up on Raw? Well, I guess he's the fucking Undertaker. He can do whatever he wants. But that makes no sense to me. You're just bringing in old legends because your ratings are falling on Raw and you are desperate to have them back. That's the only reason you're bringing back Undertaker and Shawn Michaels next week. Not because for a reason or anything, just to get ratings back on Raw so that SmackDown can be the B show in your eyes anyway. Alright, so this is me wrapping up this video. This is my little rant on the state of Raw and people who think, oh, it's perfect being 3 hours. No, it's stupid. We will accept 3 hours if you book your show correctly. That's all we're saying. We're not complaining. We're not bitching. We just like to see good television, and right now on Raw, we are not seeing it. So, yeah, that was my little rant on Monday Night Raw. If you agreed with me, don't be afraid to hit the like button. Comment down below what you think of the state of Raw. And if you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button. I'm hoping 2017 will be a great year for my channel. Hopefully I can grow and all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you guys in the future. And I'm out in 3, 2, 1.